Yeah, I'm trying to solve here one of the questions that a parent has asked me to help her with. And this is about equilibrium price and quantity of prius in the market. So this is about Toyota Yaris, as you can see from the problem. And there are two equations here. We have to get the equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. So with the help of Google, I was able to get the how do you call it? The method and how to solve the quantity, equilibrium quantity and price. So let's get started. First off, we have to write the equations. So we have QD is equal to 1390 minus 30B, and QS is equal to negative 450. Oh, sorry for that. 450 plus 50p. All right. Right, I tried to graph the equation using Excel, and I have assumed some values like 0, 50, 100 for the x-axis. So it goes like 50, the gap will be 50 from each point in the x-axis. And this is the graph that has been produced. So the yellow bit, the yellow line is the demand. Demand from the equation is negative, so you can see that the blue line is going down, and then the supply equation is going up from here, so you can see that the orange line is going up. In this case, therefore, the orange line is the supply equation, and the blue line will be for the demand equation. Now we want to know what this intersection is. Okay, so let's go back to the two equations. Right, when the demand and supply will be equal, which is the intersection of the two lines, as you have seen from the graph. The demand and the supply will be equal at this point, at the intersection. So if that's the case, then we have to equate those two, and we will say QD is equal to QS. All right, so writing the equivalent of QD, which is 1390, take away 30p, equal to the equation of QS, which is negative 450 plus 50p. The equation will already be in terms of p. Okay, so let us make P as the subject of the equation. So let's gather all P's together. We move this P to the other side and the constant to the other side, giving us 1390 plus 450 is equal to 50p plus 30p. And this gives us 80p, and that would be 1390 plus 450 will be 0.14158, 1840. All right, and then divide both equations by 80, then you get the price at equilibrium. Okay, and that's what we're going to work out. Okay, so it's 1840 divided by 80. Right, working this out using a calculator, that is 1840 divided by 80 gives us 23. But of course, the 23 here is not as 43 as you can see, but of course this is in thousands. Okay, thousands of dollars. So it could be $23,000. All right. So the next step is, after knowing PE, or the price at equilibrium, is 23, Then we can now solve for the demand, the quantity for demand and quantity for supply, or QD or QS. In this case, QD is equal to QS. So you can get any of the equation, either the QD equation and substitute 23, or you can do the QS and substitute 23 for P on that side, okay? So, well, I just use QD because this is nearer to me anyway. They will have the same answer, 1390, and I'm going to show you later. 1390 minus 30, we have to substitute 23 here. Okay, what's the answer? If we're going to use the QS, for those who are working with equations, then we must get the same answer because we equated the QD and the QS together. So that is negative 450 plus 50, and we multiply this by 23 as well. We must get the same. All right, so let's try to pull out our calculator. We cannot do this mentally, so we do, oh, hang on. All right, so that would be, what is it, 1390. So it's 13, if you can see my calculator over there, 1390 minus bracket okay, what is it, 1390 minus bracket 30 times 23. All right, so we do 23 times 23 times, I think that's better, times 30. Okay, I cannot do the brackets at the moment because I am holding the camera. All right, so 690, and then we're going to take that away from 1390. So we must get, okay, so it's 700. Okay, that is 700. So QD is 700. Sorry for the pen. Right. Let's try to substitute the same. All right. Let's try to substitute the same for QS, and let's see what's going to happen. If it's the same value, that will come out. All right. So we do, that's positive. So 50 times 23 equals, and it's 1150. And then you take away 450, and it's 700 as well. Okay, so, well, we know that the answer will come out the same, but I just want to show you that either way, either equation will give you the same answer. All right, so the QD here will be the quantity, and the PE will be the price. So let's go to, oh, I'm not working there. Let's go to our graph. I will erase this one. All right, so what does it mean? From the intersection, we're going to bring down that point here. So this is the quantity, the QS equal to QD, and this is 700. And here would be the price. So the price, which is PE, is equal to 23. Okay, there you go. And it makes sense because that is 5,000 and 23 is over here. Okay, it makes sense. So the position is right. And here is 700, and this is, where is the point there? Yeah, that's negative 450. So that's positive 1370, and then at this point, yes, it must give you that value. Because if you're going to plot another line here from 0 until there, then it gives you 7 here. Okay, I'm going to show you now. Right, so for the equilibrium price that question A is asking, so that would be PE. So for A, question A, the PE is 23,000, and then the quantity will be equilibrium will be 700. All right. Right. Here the initial amount is 20,000. So if we extend the graph up there, then 20,000 could be here. All right? There. You can see it. 20,000 could be here. Right? And then that's for the demand, and for the supply, then we have to move the graph and we have to extend this as well. So it's not a straight line. I don't have much space, and yeah, I just did like that. So if we draw a horizontal line here, then that could be, this is the range of the surplus. Why is it a surplus? Because the price is very high. It's higher than the PE and the QE. So this is the PE and the QE, okay? The intersection. Or QE first. QE because that is in the x-axis, and PE is in the y-axis. So this line here is the QE, or the Q sub E, and this is the P sub E. Or sometimes they put asterisk, P asterisk or Q asterisk. Okay, so we can do that as well for consistency. There you go. All right. But how much is the surplus? So we must get the demand here, or the supply here, and we must get the demand here, the intersection, and then we do a takeaway. Let's do it. Right. So the next thing we have to do is to get the value of the QD and QS based from the 20,000 initial price. Okay, this one. Right? Is there a shortage or a surplus? Put the up. Okay. So the QD formula is 1390 minus 30 times P. So we're going to substitute the 20,000 here, and we get a value of a negative, because that's the demand. It's going down. 59,8610, or 50, hang on, if I put a comma there, so it's 598,610. All right. So for QS, it will be negative 450. That's why it's in the formula. Plus, QS is a plus because it is positive. Demand is negative. Okay. So plus 50 times 20,000. And this gives you a positive 999,550. All right. Now, if we get the difference, because it's showing that the PE is here and the 20 is here. All right. It's like this. This is the PE and the QE intersection. All right. Now, if we get the difference, for example, this is where the QS is. That's the 99,000 at 20,000 height. Okay, and this is the QD, that is the negative because it's at the left side of the origin, So that's negative 598,610. You get the difference, okay? You get the difference to get the distance of the two. So the surplus will be the QS minus the QD. Okay? So QS is 999,550, and then the QD is negative 598,610. So a negative and negative will make them a plus. All right? So this is the 999 dot 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 minus 59.8 dot dot dot. I'm not going to fill that up anymore. And you get a value of, this was pre-calculated, 1,598,160. Okay, so that is the difference between these 2 points. That's the surplus. Okay, 1,598,160. Did you not notice something in here? That's why I stopped a bit a while ago, because this is similar to what I'm going to write, but it's 160 and at 610, and it's 1,598. Maybe it's a coincidence. All right, so that is the amount of the surplus. Right. So now let's see what happens if we're going to do some movement. It says here, explain how the market would move from this price to the equilibrium price. What's the effect of that? Now, assuming that this point here would be the 20,000 height, okay? So this is our equilibrium. This is our QE, PE. This is the QE and this is the PE. Okay, the price and the quantity. Now, for the demand, we are particular with the demand when it comes to market. Okay, because the consumers are the ones demanding for more supply to be in the market, right? Because of their need of that product, for example. So, if I'm going to put my example, my y-axis here, and this is my x-axis. This is my y. If I'm going to move my PE somewhere here, then what happens? While the price goes down, okay, this is the price bit, right? When the price goes down, then the quantity, I'll use Q prime here and P prime, PE prime here, or P prime. If the price goes down, remember this is 20, but I move it to a lower price. The price goes down, the quantity goes down as well. All right. So as it goes to the equilibrium, that line is going down right. As it approaches this one, then if you will compare this position with this position, Q1 and Q prime and Q double prime. This is your P double prime. What happens? It's increasing, yeah, from 0 to 10. This is our x-axis. So it's increasing in quantity. While the price is going down nearer to the equilibrium, the quantity increases. So what does it mean? That when the price is going down, the quantity will be more because more people will demand for that product because the price is low. Okay, so I hope I had enlightened you with this, and it's a nice learning for today about prices, about quantities, about their equilibrium relationship, and also about market adjustments. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you learned something from here. Bye for now.